Yo, fans, friends, and family. I'm so glad to see you all here. I am super excited. I hope you guys are as well. I'm just going to tell you why I am excited. Because it's the first week of a new season. A fresh start. Anything can happen. It's super exciting. We just got done with the draft and we are stoked to use our teams. And before I do anything else, it's really important that you listen very carefully right now. It's a very important announcement I have to do. I want you all to look in the description. There are like all my homies, my front office, like the best guys I met on the internet. They have truly inspired me to do uploading again, and I really love each and every one of them. Especially big shoutouts to Blinman, he made my graphics, and yeah, I'm just really thankful for them supporting me and them being around, and I wish them all the best, and I just hope each and every one of you guys will just subscribe to them, just give them some love, give them the good stuff, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so this video will be done in two parts. The team building part, which I'm going to start with, and the battle part. I will make sure that there is a timestamp so you can just skip to the battle. But for you guys that are interested in the good stuff, in the team building, in what our true genius came up with to beat our week 1 opponent, you can just chill with me right now and listen to the team building part. So for the team building part, our week 1 opponent was none other than Jimmy. And if you don't know anything about Jimmy, well, let me tell you something about Jimmy. I have actually never faced him before, but I've seen him play before, and I can just assure you guys, Jimmy is very talented, but at the same time, he's also the ultimate wildcard. Like, Jimmy is able to beat pretty much everyone with the lamest and wackest draft, but he's also able to lose with like the best draft you've ever seen. So like, you never know what you can expect from Jimmy, and that is what makes it so super scary. So let me just pop up the matchup right here. You see that Jimmy has a very tough squad actually to deal with. Actually, during the draft I was like most scared of his team for sure. He had the Registeelers, the Necrozma, Scissor Mega, Rodent Wash, Mamoswine, Bisharp, Araquanid, Talonflame, Ambipom, Manectric, and Delmise. And personally speaking, I love each and every member of his team. It's super strong. It's pretty much physically oriented, which I am planning on taking advantage of. But other than that, his mons are very good. His Z users are the Registeelers, the Manectric, and the Talonflame, as where for my own Z users, I have the Salamence, the Flareon, and the Virizion. Yeah, looking at this matchup, my top picks, the Clefable and the Mega Alakazam especially, my first 2 picks, which I was really excited to use, they match up pretty bad here. Like, Scissor Mega is really strong versus both of them. There's also the Bisharp, which is also very strong versus both of them. And just in general, I didn't really like any of them in the matchup. So that really sucks because that basically nullifies the options I can do, or limits I should say, because they are very good in this format, but I can't really bring them here. So we had to come up with something good. And the team we actually ended up bringing was Greninja, Mienshao, Nidoqueen, Snorlax, Salamence, and Blastoise. I will explain each and every set. So the first mon was a Greninja. I'm bringing a Choice Specs 4 Attack one. Why did I bring this set is because if you look at his team doesn't really have the best switch-ins to Greninja. He has the Rotom Wash, and he has the Araquanid. That's basically it. Other than that, Greninja can just spam attacks versus his team, and with last move being U-turn, I can capitalize on the switches he can make. So I really like that one. Also, the priority in Water Shuriken is super clutch because I'm for sure expecting a Choice Scarfer, and it being the Registeelers, but it could also be the Mamoswine. Water Shuriken works on both. The only Pokemon faster than the Greninja would be the Talonflame, and priority for that is also very clutch. So overall, Greninja had a phenomenal matchup. Second one, Mienshao. Mienshao basically is a super good wall breaker, and also paired with Greninja, the U-turn corn is phenomenal, the option that it gives. It was, in most scenarios, going to be my lead, anticipating him either to lead with the Necrozma or the Registeelers. If Registeelers was a Choice Scarf variant, I made my Mienshao actually defensive boosting nature with some investment, so it would for sure be able to take an Earthquake and was able to do big damage versus pretty much any elite he could go for. Yeah, that's basically Mienshao. Other than that, the speed tiers of Mienshao also look very good to me. Then I brought Nidoqueen, my stealth rocker this week. It's like, yeah, it has a decent matchup. It is also able to set the rocks off, which I really liked for the Talonflame, so I basically had to bring one rocker. Clefable was pretty much eliminated, so it was between Nidoqueen and Metagross. I did not really like Metagross's matchup as much. I preferred Nidoqueen over it, because in my opinion the Nidoqueen took on some of his key threats a little bit better. It dealt a little bit better with the Bisharp and also with the Scizor, and its coverage is very good versus his team, so he will have a tough time pivoting around my Nidoqueen. Then the next one is Snorlax, because Snorlax is a fucking goat. Like, whenever I have a matchup and I'm not really sure how to check a certain thing, I'm just gonna throw out Snorlax. I'm just letting y'all right now know right now. Snorlax can take on everybody. And this week it's a defensive one because, like we talked about, his team is mostly physically oriented. And this week I am deciding to use my Snorlax more so for either the Mamoswine, the Landorus, or the Talonflame. It does pack the Fire Punch because I do not want to be set up fodder for the Scizor, so there's that. But other than that, it's a pretty standard Curse Recycle set. Then we have a really cool winning condition this week. It's a Salamence with Flying EMZ, so like that's nothing special. But we have actually a very we have some clever defensive EVs, which I'm not gonna show because I'm pretty sure I'm facing Jimmy again. But yeah, this set will put in the work. It's a Roost, Dragon Dance, Fly, Iron Defense Salamence. And basically the only thing stopping this Salamence would be the Mamoswine with Ice Shard. But even once I am Iron Defense boosted, Ice Shard is not able to take me out. So I basically need to eliminate or weaken the Mamoswine. This Salamence has a very good chance to just win. It can set up on Landorus locked into EQ, it can take on any Scizor pretty much, it can set up on Necrozma, it can set up on Bisharp. I'm bringing Moxie and not Intimidate because I don't want to give Bisharp a Defiant boost, and I do not need to spend that many turns setting up Dragon Dances. I can just get attack boost as I kill his Pokemon, and the Flying EMZ will basically allow me to kill anything from like immediately damage. From like, what am I saying? Flying EMZ allows me to basically claim a kill after a boost, that's it. Like the Ronin Wash will get weakened by Spectre Ninja, the Mamoswine will get weakened by pretty much Snorlax or Blastoise or whatever poke. And yeah, then this Salamence is just going to sweep him. That's just how it is. And the last one, I decided to bring Blastoise because Blastoise is like, it was very much needed in my opinion because he does have that Araquanid right there, and Araquanid itself is not the scariest Pokemon, and Blastoise is not like able to really 1v1 Araquanid, but it is able to remove those sticky webs, and sticky webs is very crucial this week if he brings it, because my Greninja outspeeds pretty much anything, and I want to keep it that way. And the webs will screw that up, and I basically don't want anything to do with that. So my Blastoise is Scald, Toxic, Rapid Spin, and Protect. Second basically is to gain a little bit more health. Also to tank the Z move from Talonflame or Landorus respectively, and basically live that, and then be a very annoying Pokemon for him to deal with. So that's going to be the team, and now we jump into the battle. Alright, let's do the battle part right now. Shout out to Blinman for these awesome graphics, man. But yeah, let's go to the actual battle. You see, my opponent Jimmy brought Landorus, which I'm anticipating to be Choice Scarfer because of the lack of speed control in his team. The Mega Scizor, which is a good defensive pivot versus, yeah, Snorlax or Salamence potentially. Necrozma, never know what it is, but it's also always scary. Mamoswine, which is a big fucking threat, and I need to eliminate that as soon as possible in order to let my Salamence win. Bisharp, super scary, can set up, but I don't really feel instantly pressured by it, so that's something good, I guess. And then the Talonflame, which is probably holding the Z Crystal, basically claiming a kill, pretty much. As for my own, quick recap for the guys who didn't see the team building part. Specs Greninja, offensive Life Orb Mienshao, which is able to take a hit from Choice Scarf Landorus. Nidoqueen, pretty much defensive Snorlax as well. A very heat setup Salamence set, and a standard Blastoise, which is defensive. So for leads, I'm either anticipating him to lead with his Choice Scarf Landorus, his Mega Scizor to get that evolution up, or his Necrozma to basically pressure me from turn 1, because I don't really have the safest switch-ins to Necrozma. And my lead was originally going to be Mienshao, but I'm deciding to lead with my Blastoise. Why? Because my Blastoise gets a free Scald up versus pretty much anything. He leads with Necrozma, and like I told you guys before, a setup variant could be really scary potentially. He actually goes for the Photon Geyser right here, but I am going to Toxic it, basically nullifying this Necrozma from getting out of hand, potentially later in the game. Now I'm going to just click Protect, because it's a free recover turn for me, and it also racks up toxic damage on this Necrozma, which is great. He's been spamming Photon Geyser, so Greninja would be a safe switch in. Or so he thought, so he predicted that with X-Scissor, but I'm just going to stay in, weaken this Necrozma even further, and yeah, allowing my Blastoise to take some little bit chip. It wasn't the worst case scenario, because Blastoise was still able to take on this team pretty much very easily, and there was no Araquanid, which I needed Blastoise most for to spin these webs away. If he doesn't respond immediately with Mamoswine, which unfortunately he does, my Salamence can already set up and really break down his team, potentially opening up a late game for my Specs Greninja, but he quickly responded to Mamoswine, which is a good play for him. And I am going to my Blastoise as that response, because it's less needed. If he wants to click rocks, I can spin them away, and if he clicks an attack, it's an ice move, so Blastoise resists that. I'm actually going to click Scald right here, because as you can see here, he stays in, and if he stays in, I'm in torrent range, so my Scald is really boosted, and in general I had a pretty free Scald, so weakening the Necrozma again would be nice. Right here, he's not able to beat my Blastoise, because he's actually a Focus Sash, not Life Orb. And with Protect, I am out of range. My health is high enough to able to take the next EQ. And yeah, basically this Mamoswine is checkmated. He reviews an Endeavor, which is really cool. I like that tech a lot. It's not really special or uncommon, but yeah, we are definitely going to outheat him this turn, because we get a Rapid Spin kill. And mind you, this is the first kill of the fucking season for us, so Rapid Spin kill for Blastoise, or being our first kill, fuck yeah, I'll take that. I'm really hyped for that. Here he goes in Landorus. It's, in my eyes, a very obvious Scarfed one. He cannot set up on me because I'm a Blastoise, and it's a free sec at this point, so it would be stupid for him to set up if he was a setup Landorus. U-turns, but yeah, I predict that with my Mienshao I can regen off the damage very easily, and I can pick momentum again with my own U-turn. He goes into Talonflame, unfortunately though, so I can't click U-turn on that. I'm just going to give this Talonflame a ton of respect as it deserves and go into my defensive Snorlax, which take this hit like a champ. He's just gauging damage, trying to scout what my response is for the Talonflame. It's big lags, baby. I'm predicting him to go into Mega Scissor to get up this Mega Evolution, which really does give him the extra boost, which helps him versus a lot of stuff on my team. But yeah, he goes into Landorus. Yeah, I'm thinking like, okay, he wants to remove Snorlax, the big roadblock here. He's going for Superpower EQ. Mance takes full advantage of that, but he actually goes for a U-turn, which is a good play on his end, brings back in that annoying Talonflame. It doesn't have the priority anymore because it took some recall, so it's either going to roost or attack me once again. He actually decides to set up, which is really scary because now the Flying EMZ nuke is able to kill me, and it's a free kill for him, so it's definitely a good play for him to go for here, but I'm just going to anticipate that and stack my Blastoise to it. Now, it's a good play on my end, but I also think it was Jimmy's best play because it basically claimed a free kill for him right here. Had I not sacked Blastoise, he just took out my Snorlax. Blastoise being low, this Talonflame could have swept right then and there potentially. Going into my my Greninja, I'm clicking Water Shuriken, I'm Specs, I'm really offensive, I'm able to revenge this Talonflame. He's actually bulkier than I anticipated, I needed 3 hits instead of 2, so it could have potentially been scary, but all good, the Greninja took care of it. Brings in Scissor now, safely, which is smart on his end, finally gets that Mega Evolution up, and I'm going to my Mienshao, because whatever he does, if he clicks U-turn, I can regen off the damage again. If he sets up, this is very important, I can scout what kind of scissor this is. If it's a bulky one, I take this hit because I have defensive investment. If I die, like I do here, I know this is for sure an adamant offensive scissor. So this is good information for me. Throwing out Nidoqueen right here, I could set up rocks, but I didn't really need them, and Nidoqueen would for sure force out the Mega Scissor, but if for some reason he stays in, I'm just gonna play it safe, clicking the Flamethrower, which is my best play. Weakening down this Landorus is always nice. So Landorus is getting weakened, I don't have my Mienshao U-turn pivot anymore. Hoping he goes for an attack, putting me in berry range, so Snorlax is back at it again, but yeah, he doesn't. He makes me barely out of the berry range, so he brings in Mega Scissor again. Now Snorlax actually with the Cursed Fire Punch is able to beat this Mega Scissor, but yeah, if he is potentially Superpower here or knockoff, that screws me up, so I'm just going to give this Scissor a little bit more respect and go into Nidoqueen hard. He anticipates that, goes in the Crossmark, good play on his end, but with the Toxic Timer on it, don't fear it too much, and I know this is probably a good amount of free turns for my Salamence and to set up all over it. He recovers back his Necrozma, which is fair for him because in the end game Necrozma looks very scary at this point. If Greninja gets removed, it can potentially win. But yeah, he doesn't know my Heat Salamence set, and this is just what's going down. I'm Dragon Dancing first instead of Iron Defensing because now I do outspeed his Landorus, so I can get both the Iron Defense and the speed first. And now with Roost, I am able to roost off the Stone Edge, or the HPIs didn't know what variant he was, but he was Edge. And yeah, this Salamence is just basically going to set up all over his team, trying to close out the game actually, because I don't really see a good response for his for my Salamence anymore. He's going to spam Stone Edge. He's going to miss some Stone Edges, which really sucks for him. Like in the game, I truly felt sorry for him. Like I don't really think it mattered because I do have the Roost and a ton of Iron Defense boosted. But yeah, he pointed out, yeah, the crit chance, and I'm like, yeah, there is a crit chance for sure. He could have been playing for that, which probably is his best play at this point. But yeah, I just want to believe this game is actually a good competitive game and it's not influenced by hacks that much, and I'm just going to click Fly, revealing my only offensive attacking move. And I'm trying to clean out the game. He brings in Bishop here. I click my Flying EMZ, could have saved it for Scissor, which was potentially a better play, but I felt like if I miss my fly, this Bishop sets up and crits me, I basically lose my Salamence for nothing, and I can get a free kill right here. So that was my logic. I was just like, why not just take the free kill? Fly will kill anything anyway, because I'm boosted enough to the point that this Sizer also should die to one hit. It's an offensive variant. We already gauged that damage by Mienshao dying from full. So it is for sure only being able to have max HP, really, because if he's max defense, he could live, but that would be a bad set versus me, I think, or at least so I think. Here, we're trying to just 1v1 his team right now with this Salamence, which finally comes through and finally connects the fly and removing the scissor, and now all he has left is the Necrozma, which is poisoned, toxic poison, so he doesn't have enough turns to break me. Even if he crits me, Greninja with Dark Pulse should be able to clean the game right then and there. But yeah, I'm just hoping to get this sweep with my Heatmans, because I really thought hard about this set. Like, it's not too special, I'd say, but I really think it worked perfectly here, just as I wanted it to do. And yeah, other than missing a couple flies, I'm just cleaning the game up here. So I'm just going to connect the fly. Psych, I don't. And this Necrozma is going to die to toxic damage, most likely, as it's shown now, because fly needs 2 turns to attack. But I'm not sure if Jimmy was just being nice and wanted to give me the kill to Salamence, or he just wanted to prolong the game as long as possible. He actually recovers up, and now the fly from Salamence will kill. So GG to Jimmy. It was really fun playing you. I know you weren't on the best circumstances at this time playing, because he was on a road trip. But yeah, I'm truly anticipating Jimmy to make playoffs, because his team is fucking amazing. He's a very talented coach, like I stated before. So yeah, overall, very happy with how this battle went, and I look forward to facing him in playoffs, because I just know I will play him. That's just my luck. I play the guy again, which has the best matchup versus myself. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys had a good watch. Be sure to follow my friends that are below in the description, and have a good day. Bless you all.